everyone, welcome back to class. Today we're gonna learn about something very useful in math, which is prime factorization. That might sound like a big word, but don't worry, it's actually simple. We'll take it step by step and I will write everything down with you. Let's start with the basic. What is a prime number? A prime number is a number that can only be divided by one and itself. That means it has exactly two factors. Let me give you some example. 2 is a prime because 2 can be divided by 1 and itself too. 3 is also prime, 5 is prime. What about 4? 4 is not prime because it can divide by 1 and 2 as well, right? It can be divided by 2 as well, and we have 4. So we have more than two factors, 1, 2, and 4. And some more prime numbers are 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and 17, and so on. Now that we understand prime numbers, let's talk about prime factorization. Prime factorization means breaking a number down into a product of only prime numbers. For example, let's take the number 75. 75 we can divide by 3, and we have 25 here, and 25 we can divide by with the prime number 5 times 5. So 75 basically equals 3 times 5 times 5, and we can write this using exponential notation. We can write this using exponential notation, 3 times 5 to the second power. Pretty easy, right? Let's try another one. Find the prime factorization of 21. Write your answer using exponential notation. So let's try to divide 21 with the prime numbers. 3 times 7. And are both 3 and 7 prime numbers? Yes, they are. So the answer is simply 3 times 7. Next question. What is the prime factorization of 54? Write your answer as a product of prime numbers like 2 times 3 or as a single prime number like 17. So now let's do 54. Step by step, 54 can be divided by 2 times 27, and 27 you can divide by 3 times 9, and 9 can also divide by 3 times 3. So when we try to make as a prime factorization of 54, we can say 2 times 3 times 3 times 3, right? And in our exponential form, we can say 2 times 3 to the third power. Let's do a thinking question. If a number is divisible by both 12 and 20, what other number is it also divisible by? So let's try to break this down using prime factorization. 12 can be divided by 2, 6, and 6 can be divided by 2 and 3. So 12 is 2 to second power times 3. 20 can be divided by 2 to 10, and 10 can be divided by 2 times 5. So 2 to the second power times 5 will be the prime factorization of 20. So to be divisible by both, a number must contain all the prime factors of both numbers. So it must have 2 to the second power times 3 times 5. That means the number must be divisible by 2 to the second power 3 times 5 equals 60. So the least number that is divisible by both 12 and 20 is 60. And this is actually called as a least common multiple. Then the number must also be divisible by any factors of 60s. So what are the factors of 60? 60 can be divided by 1, 60. And if we divide by 2, then 30. If we divide by 60, divide by 3, we give us 20. And 4, 15, and 5, 12, 6, 10. So if a number is divisible by both 12 and 20, it is also divisible by all of these. So this will be the number. This will be the answer. Let's review what we learned today. Prime factorization means expressing a number as a product of prime numbers. So we can also use exponential notation when a prime repeats. For instance, 75, we can divide by 3 times 5 times 5, and you can also make it so exponential forms 3 times 5 to the second power. And Prime number is a number divisible by 1 and only itself. Thanks for watching. I hope prime factorization makes more sense now. Don't forget to practice with different numbers. And remember, math becomes easier the more you play with it. See you in the next video.